So I told about the Parenchyma, Collenchyma. Collenchyma sometimes they have also classified like lamellate, lamellate parenchyma, angular, lamellate parenchyma, lamellate collenchyma, angular collenchyma, and angular lamellate lacunar, angulate lamellar lacunar. So this is the different types of the collenchyma. It is not in your NCERT syllabus, so not I am going to talk. It have given in your state board. You have to see in state board books, they have given detail, everything is there. So, but in your NCERT, they have not given, so I'm not going to talk about that angulate, lamellate, and lacunar. Okay. Now, third is the sclerenchyma. I told in simple permanent tissue, if you'll see simple permanent tissue, they have the three different types. Okay. Simple permanent tissue, there's the three, one paren, second colon, and third is the scleren. Okay. So now we are going to talk about the sclerenchyma. Okay. Sclerenchyma. What is the difference between parent colon and scleren? Scleren, if you see the scleren cell, suppose that this is scleren. In the scleren cell, every cell wall, okay. And one more important property, this cell is always dead cell, okay, totally dead cell, okay. Here inside they have the protoplasm, okay, inside they have the protoplasm, and this protoplasm is the totally dry, okay. So maybe they have the protoplasm, but protoplasm is not live, it is the totally dry protoplasm, okay. Sclerids, this is sclerenchyma. And another important property, they have the cellulose, means cellulose, hemicellulose, hemicellulose. Pectin is also there like Collenchyma, but one more important new component came, and this component is known as the lignin. This is known as the lignin. The deposition of lignin also takes place into the sclerenchyma. So due to this, sclerenchyma becomes very hard. Okay. So due to the deposition of lignin. Okay. So cellular means too much dead. Okay. So this have given. Another property, this sclerenchyma cells, there is the no intercellular because already lignin. In case of the collenchyma, little bit means not, we can say little bit, totally absent. Intercellular space is absent and thickening unevenly. But here, throughout the surface, homogeneous thickening due to the deposition of the lignin substances. Okay. So now look at here, sclerenchyma. Whatever it have given, just a bit. Yes. Sclerenchyma consists of a long, narrow cells with the thick lignified cell walls having a few or numerous pits. They have the few or numerous pits. There is pits also. Pits means that is a space. Space means some places where is no deposition of lignin, suberin, cutin takes place. Suppose that I'm drawing this figure. Suppose that this is the cell wall and here cell wall. Here cell wall. Okay. Everywhere it is the connect. Everywhere it is the connect. Okay. What happening? Another, that means you can say deposition of lignin. Lignin deposition is there. Here lignin deposition is there. But this space where no deposition of lignin, this is called the pit. Pit is also different types. Simple pit, bordered pit. Okay. Simple pit, bordered pit. I will talk into the cell wall, and I will teach to you about the cell wall, plant cell wall. So that time you will check, you will get this types of the pit, simple pit and border pit. Okay. So pit means where is no deposition of all these substances, means lignin, cutin, suberin, not deposited. That place is known as the pit. Okay. And pit may be simple or bordered type. Okay. Now, so what it's saying, just look. Thick and lignified. I told lignin deposition there, cell wall, having a few or numerous pits. maybe one or more than one. Clear? They are usually dead and without protoplast. I told already. If they have the protoplast, this will be the dead or maybe no protoplast. Okay. On the basis of variation in form, structure, origin, and development, means on the behalf of their form, origin, structure, and development, they have classified into the two different types. The Sclerenchyma may be either fibers or sclerids. Very, very important. May be either fibers or sclerids. So this Sclerenchyma again have divided into the different types, maybe fibers or sclerids. Okay. Wait one second. Yes. Now we are talking here about the fibers. The fibers are thick-walled, elongated, and pointed cells, generally occurring in groups. Okay. If you look the structure of this structure, can you tell what is the name of this structure? If the both ends pointed, and you have studied everywhere, large number of the structure you have to see in such type of structure. Can you tell the name of shape? Bhuneshwari, Archana, Monisha, anyone can you tell the name of shape? Daridi, Vandana, Harini, Bhuneshwari. Okay. So can you tell anyone? This is called the spindle shape. A spindle shape structure. So such a structure is known as the spindle shape structure. Spindle shape structure. Clear? Such a structure is known as the spindle shape. You know very well your smooth muscles, spindle shape. If you see into the xylem, they have the two things, tracheids and vessels. Okay, xylem, tracheids, and vessels. So tracheids should be spindle shape. Okay, tracheids should be the spindle shape. So in this way, you can say a spindle shape means both ends are pointed. Both ends are pointed. This is called the spindle shape. Okay. So now here they went elongated. The shape of fiber, you can see whatever you have given. The shape of fiber is the elongated and pointed cell. Pointed cell means spindle shaped cells. Okay. Generally occurring in groups and in various parts of the plant. Okay. It is occurring in the groups and various parts of the plants. Okay. It is found in the various parts of the plants. Okay. Now, these fibers maybe have the very important function. Okay. Clear, spherical, and oval or cylindrical, highly thickened dead cells with very means sclerids is very important in compared to fiber, which is very important. That is the sclerids. Okay, sclerids is very important. Clear. Example, if you are going to write the example of fibers, means you have to see wire. Wire means jute fiber. Okay, so jute and flax and hemp. Okay, so hemp, jute, flax, they have the fiber majorly obtained from the fiber from jute. Clear, jute. So example of fiber is the jute. You can write here example. So example of fiber is the jute. Wait one second. Okay. Jute, flax, and hemp, sun hemp. Clear, hemp, sun hemp. Okay. So jute, flax, and sun hemp. So from which by which we generally obtain the fiber. Okay. Sclerids is very important, and this sclerids you can read. They are the spherical in shape. Now you can see the shape of this spherical and oval or cylindrical, highly thickened dead cells with very highly thickened. Okay, you will see there is the deposition of lignin takes place. Okay, and with very what means very means that have talking about the lumen. Maybe they have the pitch or lumen. Okay, with very narrow lumen. Yes, it is talking about the narrow lumen. So these sclerids, they have the oval or cylindrical, highly thickened dead cells with very narrow cavity that you can say lumen. They have the very narrow cavity that is lumen. These are commonly found in the fruit walls of nuts, pulp of fruits like guava, pears, and sapota. Seeds, coat of legume, leaves of tea, and sclerenchyma provides mechanical support to organ. Okay, this sclerenchyma also have classified on the basis of their shape, like astrosclerids. Okay, they have the different name: astrosclerids, brachysclerids, and osteosclerids and macrosclerids and trichosclerids. Okay, so different types of here they have classified astro, brachio, osteo, and macro. Okay, this I've given in your state board book, but it have not given in your NCERT. So due to this, I will not talk about the detail. Clear? Okay. So in this way, where it is found, location of this Scleremchyma, you have to learn it. Okay. It should be clear. Narrow cavities means they have the narrow cavities. These are commonly found in the fruit wall of nuts, pulp of fruits like guava. Clear grittiness. If you have to see the grittiness of the guava and pear due to the presence of this sclerids, you ate the guava, so then you know it is looking like little bit grittiness. So grittiness due to the presence of this sclerids. Okay, so wall of nuts, pulp of fruits like guava, pear and sapota. Okay, pear and sapota. Seeds, coats of legumes and leaves of tea. So seeds, coat of legumes. Seed coat means that the outer covering. Okay, seed coat, testa and tegmen, you know very well. So that seed coat of legume means gram, pea, okay, bean, this their seed coats and leaf made up of this sclerids, okay, and leaves of tea also means that's why it is hard leaf, okay. And basic function, you know, that means mechanical support to organ. The basic function of Scleremchyma provides mechanical support to organs. Okay, so this is the overall story about the simple permanent tissues. Okay, simple permanent tissue. So we will talk about the complex permanent tissue. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the complex complex permanent tissue. Complex permanent tissue. Okay. What is the complex permanent tissue? This is also very important. Complex permanent tissue means they have the complex. Simple means they have the similar type of cells, similar function. But here complex permanent tissue, they have classified into the two different types. One is called the xylem and another is the phloem. Xylem and phloem. So xylem have the four different components. You have to learn anyhow. That means trachetes. First is the trachetes, second is the vessel, and third is and fourth one is the xylem parenchyma. Xylem parenchyma, in which only one is the life, that is parenchyma. I told parenchyma is most of time it will be live cells. Okay, this is the classification of xylem. Come on the phloem. Phloem classified into the train cells, companion cells, and stew tube, phloem fiber, and phloem parenchyma. Phloem fiber and phloem parenchyma. Clear? So in this way, phloem have how many types of cells? Four different types: companion cells, stew tube, phloem fiber, and phloem parenchyma. So these four different types of the cells found in case of the phloem. Another very interesting story about in case of the pteridophytes. So xylem means vascular bundle is the primitive type. In xylem, what is absent? Vessel is absent. In case of the xylem, vessels is absent. Vessel absent in xylem, while in phloem, companion cells absent. Okay, CV absent. CV absent, which is not found into the Pteridophyta and gymnosperm. So this is the characteristic picture. If you go into there and check into angiosperm, so each and every angiosperm, they have the highly developed vascular tissue means xylem and phloem, they have the all four components. But in case of the pteridophytes and gymnosperm, pteridophytes, there is the lack of vessels. In case of the gymnosperm and pteridophytes, there is the lack of vessels into the xylem and the lack of companion cell into the phloem. Is it fine? Complex permanent tissue, CPT. Now you can see the complex tissues are made of more than one type of cells. These work together as unit. I told they are made up of more than one type of cells, and they work as together unit. Together unit means xylem means vessels and tracheids. Along with means together they will perform the function. So now this is the vessels found in xylem and tracheids. So tracheids and vessels both unitely, both together they will perform the function. Okay. So xylem and phloem constitutes the complex tissue in plants. I told already. The xylem function as conductive tissue of water and minerals from roots to stem and leaf. This is the very basic concept you know very well. Okay. So xylem function, and this xylem can be also transport the minerals, hormones. Okay. Some hormones they can also transport. Okay. In this way, the xylem basic function is thus it here they have given about the function as a conductive tissue for water minerals from roots to the stem of leaves. Clear? So this is function performed by the xylem. Whatever I told that here they have given gymnosperm lack vessel in their xylem. Gymnosperm lack vessel in their xylem, and in case of the phloem, there is the lack of companion cells. Okay. Tracheids are elongated or tube-like cells with the thick and lignified walls and tapering ends. I told already, if you check the structure of the tracheids. So tracheids, it will be looking like that. Both ends tapered. I told a spindle shape. Now here you can say the shape of tracheids. Both ends are pointed. Okay, both ends are pointed. While vessels, they have the vessel-like structure. Means this is the vessel-like structure. They have the vessel-like structure. So what it have given? Yes, someone wrote something. Kana Kanya Akshara. Akshara she tried to write in Hindi, but it is not correct. It's the wrong. Okay. Yes, listen. Okay. The inner they have given the elongated or tube-like cells with the thick and lignified walls with the tapering ends. Tapering ends means now you can say they have the thick deposition of the lignin, and their ends is the highly tapered. Okay, this ends is highly tapered. Is it fine? Okay. Now these are dead cell and are without protoplasm. I told already what we have also seen in case of the sclerids, also dead cell, no protoplasm. If maybe there already lost, if maybe there, so it will be not active, means dead protoplasm. Okay, so similarly here, these are the dead and without protoplasm. This is the PYQS, no nucleus, no protoplasm. In tracheids, no nucleus, no protoplasm. The inner layer of the cell walls have thickening which vary in form. Flowering means in angiosperm, tracheids and vessel are the main water transporting animals. I told already. In case of the pteridophytes and gymnosperm, they are not highly developed. But in case of the angiosperm, this uh, this xylem is tracheids and vessels highly developed. Okay. In case of this, there is the tracheids and vessels is highly developed. Okay. Now vessels, you can see structure of the vessels. This is the hollow cylinder-like structure. Look at vessels is a long cylindrical tube-like structure and made up of many cells called vessels member. Okay, there is the made up of many cells which is known as the vessel members. Okay, now each with the lignified walls and a large central cavity. If you'll say there is the inside, they have the space. Okay, each with the lignified uh, substances is there, and inside they have the large cavity. Means I'm drawing. Suppose that this is the structure of vessels. This is the structure of vessels. Okay, so inside you can say they have the large uh, central cavity. Okay, they have the large central cavity. Okay, now again, yes, uh, okay, each with the lignified wall and large central cavity. The vessel cells are also devoid of protoplasm. Very, very important. So tracheids and vessels both is the lack of protoplasm. Are you getting what I'm saying? So both